Hello, everyone. Good morning. Mr. Nash here. It's Wednesday, and this is this week's video lesson along with an assignment. I hope you guys like this. We're going to get a little bit creative. We're going to reflect and think deeply on a certain topic. And I mentioned yesterday that we're going to get into a little bit of social media. I threw up a picture of this funky footprint. Could be Bigfoot's. I have no idea. It's a huge footprint. But we're going to be working with these two things with this lesson today. Now, when I was at Lawrence High School, I had the pleasure to teaching a class called Intro to Social Media. Topic in that class was phenomenal. It was such a fun class to teach. And I want to give you guys just a little bit of a flavor of what that class was like, and bring a lesson to you that I did for that class. Really, during the first maybe 2 weeks of the class, we went through this for a little bit. And again, just to give you guys a little bit of a taste, and it's going to every one of my classes. And I want you to know that, even though you're not in an intro to social media class, what I'm going to be teaching you today relates to any class that you're in with me at this point. It really relates to business, and it relates to careers more specifically. All right, so let's get started. All right, so what are we going to be doing today? What are we going to be looking at? Again, we're going to be reflecting. We're going to be taking a little bit of a deep dive in a subject that all you guys are doing right now. You're doing this right now. You may not even think that this is going on, how it's going to affect you in some kind of positive or negative way. We are going to be looking at something called your digital footprint. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a dive into your digital footprint. We're going to find out what it is, why is it important, how can it affect me, possibly down the road a little bit. It's really, really important that you guys really pay attention and grasp this, because it's such an important thing, because you guys are all on all kinds of social media accounts. You're online all day long. So you are absolutely leaving a digital footprint for yourself, and you might not even know it. Okay, so let's get after it, guys. All right, so digital footprint. What is a digital footprint? Some of you might be asking, well, what is it? So a digital footprint, everybody, it's pretty simple. It's just a digital footprint is the trail of data, right? So it's a trail of data that you create while you're using the internet. So the internet could be on your cell phone, it could be on your laptop or PC there at home or at school, on your Chromebook. Anytime you're online, you're leaving a trail of data. It's your digital footprint. So again, digital footprint is just the trail of data that you create while using the internet. Okay, companies like Google, Microsoft, all these big tech companies, Facebook, all of your social media accounts, all of them, all these companies retrieve your data and they store it. They store it on these big, huge server rooms. They're as big as a couple football fields long, and they're just collecting all your data and they're saving it. So every time you do a keystroke, you go on a website, you go on your social media account, your information is being saved and it's being stored somewhere. Okay, it's being stored somewhere. So what does your digital footprint include? All right, so what does it really include, guys? So your digital footprint includes any type of website that you visit. Okay, so any website you visit, it gets collected. Your social media that you're on, so any social media sites that you're on, you're creating your own digital footprint. Okay, any emails that you send or receive. So think about it. Think about all the emails that you get every day and you send out. It's all being saved. It's all part of your digital footprint. And then any kind of information that you're going to submit online. So anything that revolves around like building a profile out for a social media account, or putting in any type of personal information into a form that's maybe on some type of website. Anything that you share, right? So think about all the stuff that you share on your social media accounts, and really anything that you input in on your social media accounts. It's all part, guys. It's all part of your digital footprint. All right. So again, your definition, it's just the data that you put online, and it gets saved, it gets collected, believe it or not, and it includes websites you visited, social media that you're on, emails that you send and receive, and this info that you really just submit online is all part of your digital footprint. So why is this so incredibly important? Why am I talking about this to you? And why do I feel it's so important? So your digital footprint, number one, um, everyone gets one. I mean, everyone, again, is using using your computers, using your phones intensely at this point, and that's a good thing, right? Technology is fantastic, kind of moves the world forward a little bit. Without it, we'd be really stuck in the Stone Age. But since everyone's online at this point, you're all leaving little breadcrumbs of where you've been online. Okay, um, and it gets saved. So why is this so important? So it's important because um, if you do get a negative digital footprint, let's say you put somebody on blast on a social media account and you criticize them, or you put up an inappropriate picture of yourself or somebody else. You put up some fake news somewhere, or you just do something wrong on the internet. Um, it may come back and bite you in the butt. So, companies, um, look at your profiles. They will look for information that you put online. They'll look at your digital footprint, and they're interviewing you, right? And you leave, and let's say that you killed the interview. Um, the human resource representative, the person that interviewed you, let's say, will look at your digital footprint. And let's say you put something online that was inappropriate, you're not going to get the job. There's no way you're going to get the job. It reflects poorly on you, and they do not want any negative employees and negative backlash from digital footprints, negative digital footprints that may be out there from employees. It'll hurt the company. It'll hurt the company. So they wouldn't even hire you. Same holds true with colleges. So you apply for college. They're going to look at your application. You're looking at all your SATs and ATC scores if they require them, all your grades, your transcript, all your extracurricular activity. But they're also looking at your digital footprint. So they're going to take a dive into how you are in the online universe. What kind of breadcrumbs have you left along the way while you're on all those social media accounts, while you're on the internet doing your searches and this, that, and the other, right? So they are looking at your digital footprint. If you have a negative digital footprint, okay, if you have a negative digital footprint, there could be a chance that they will not accept you, okay? That is 100% true and 100% real life situations that you guys are going to encounter. So when you are online, ladies and gentlemen, when you are on these social media accounts, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful. Be careful what you post. Be careful what you like. Be careful what you share. You want to keep your digital footprint as positive as possible. So just be really mindful of what you submit online. Like I said, it could come back and bite you in the butt at some point in a later date. All right, so what are we going to be doing with this information we kind of learned? And again, we're just skimming the surface on this topic. So what I want you to do is this, okay? I want you to start to reflect on your own digital footprint. Reflect on, hey, what kind of sites do I go on regularly? What kind of social media apps do I use kind of regularly on, every day? And I want you to start collecting that information. So what I need you guys to do is get on your phones and get on your laptops, your Chromebooks, whatever you guys have, and then look at the history. Look at the history. Write down all the sites that you're on primarily. Look at the applications that you use primarily. So I know all of you guys are on all the Google suites. So Google Chrome, you're on Google Slides, Google Docs, that whole suite you're on. I know that. What kind of websites? So maybe ESPN, and other websites that you get your information from. What kind of social media accounts are you on? So you guys are all on probably Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, maybe Facebook, but maybe not on the Facebook. It's usually for an older generation like myself. Okay, so you're going to be looking and pulling this information off your phones and off of your laptops or Chromebooks to see what is your history, what sites do you primarily go on, what social media accounts do you primarily use daily, right? So where are you going online when you do it? Okay, either on your phone again or on your laptop or computer. Okay, so you're going to be collecting this information. Once you collect the information and just kind of scribble it down and make a list, you're going to replicate this picture, right? So get a blank piece of paper, draw this funky foot with all the toes, right? If you can't draw like myself and you're a little bit nervous to try to replicate this, grab a flip-flop, right? Just grab a flip-flop, blank piece of paper, put the flip-flop on the paper, and just trace it. And you're going to make some form that kind of looks like a footprint, okay? So once you've collected all the information, the sites that you're on and all the apps that you use and the social media accounts that you guys are on daily, and once you have either drawn out your own footprint or have traced out a flip-flop to make it easier for you guys, I need you to fill in all the little toes and all the foot with the company's logo that represents that website or that application or that social media account. So you're going to have all little pictures of, let's say, the ESPN logo if you're going on ESPN.com, or if you're doing TikTok videos, right? You're going to draw out the TikTok logo or the icon that you have on the application. So you'll be surprised once you're done this. You'll be surprised that most of you will have everything filled out, right? You'll have this whole thing filled out, which gives you an idea of exactly how much presence that you guys have online through your social media, all the applications, as well as your internet searches and stuff like that. I've done this last year, like I said, and to help the students out, what they would do was trace the icons if they weren't good at actually freehanding this stuff. So put your computer behind the piece of paper like this, and then you'll be able to see the icon and just trace it out, right? It's really easy to just trace it out real quick. All right, so once you have that done, and again, you're probably going to fill up this entire footprint with all the things that you go online, all the apps that you use, and all of the social media accounts that you use, and even like PlayStation and stuff. That's all online stuff. It's connected to the internet. It's part of your digital footprint. So put that on here. So I know there's a lot of gamers out there. Once you're done this, all part of the reflection. You just kind of draw it out, and then you'll visually see exactly how many places that you guys go on a regular basis. So once you're done that, okay, I want you guys to do a reflection, kind of writing, let's say 3 to 5 sentences, okay, 3 to 5 sentences. I want you to reflect on what you found interesting about what you came up with all the sites and stuff like that. So what was interesting to you that you found out while doing this exercise? That's number one. And number two, I want you to explain why it is important to have a positive digital footprint personally. So first part of the reflection, and again, 3 to 5 sentences, reflect on this. What was interesting that you found out about yourself while doing this, right? But specifically about the actual applications and stuff like that and your digital footprint that you drew out, okay? And that's the first part. And the second part, explain why it is important to have a positive digital footprint. So 2 parts to that reflection exercise, 3 to 5 sentences for total for the writing part, and obviously the drawing part. You get the idea with this. All right. So that is the lesson. That is the activity for this week. The activity the activity. It's not going to be due until Monday. So this coming Monday, everything's going to be done. I switched it up this week because the flex days now are Monday. Okay. Also, I threw a question out there to you guys this morning. Email me if you guys want to, if you want me to host like a big like trivia game with all of my classes. If you're interested in doing it, it's really fun. I actually just did it with Deca yesterday, and we had a blast. I did a trivia game. It's called Would You Graduate High School Today? It lasted about a half an hour, 45 minutes. We really had a good time with it. We had about 20 people on it. So if anyone out there is interested, I will set it up. Just throw me a quick email and say, yeah, I'm interested in doing it. I'll pick a day. Maybe it'll be a Monday for the flex day. we can all kind of get together on a Zoom. Everyone can see everybody because I can get up to, I think, 100 people on that thing. And we'll play a little bit of a trivia game. I'll be in the room like this, and we'll using the board, and it'll be a good time. So we'll have some fun with it. So if anyone's interested in that, throw me a quick email. I'll get that set up for everybody. And it'll be just a good time to have everyone kind of see their face during the last part of the school year. So that's it. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with this. I'm looking forward to reading your reflection on it as well. It's always really interesting when I read what you guys write down for it. So with that being said, this is Mr. Nash signing off, and I'll see you when I see you.